Hey everybody, this tutorial is going to show you how to take a YouTube video and turn it into a formative assessment instrument. I used TED-Ed videos a lot when I was in the classroom because they're very short and they can typically break down a complicated concept into something that's fairly easy to understand. They're typically short, anywhere between 3 to 7 minutes long. Research shows that when you're presenting a concept, you shouldn't really do that for more than 8 to 10 minutes and then give students time to process that information because chunking learning helps their brains absorb that. And giving them, if you don't give them that time to process it, their brains will do that anyway. So I found a video on here earlier today about something called epigenetics, which is a evolving field of science. I'm going to pause that. And normally when I was doing this in the classroom, I would usually create something called closed notes, which would just have blanks in it that the kids would fill in, or it would have questions that they would answer, and that would be that. You know, we'd answer the questions, we'd make sure that everybody had their blanks filled in, and then we'd move on with our lives. Well, there are lots of platforms out there now where you can actually put questions into the videos. And I definitely want to give credit where it's due. Let's thank Miss Brittany Bivens for giving the inspiration for this Techie Tuesday. She showed us, I think it was last year or maybe the year before at Teacher Leader Corps, a platform called Zaption, where you can put questions in as part of videos. Zaption is now becoming part of a platform called Workday. So we are going to use a platform called PlayPosIt, which used to be called Epigenetics, so some of you might be familiar with that. There's also another platform out there called EdPuzzle. If you do have a Zaption account, there is a migration guide on PlayPosIt for you to bring your Zaption videos over. If you don't have an Epigenetics account, you can sign up for one. I would just sign up here on the very bottom. Something's going on that's funky right now with their Google sign up process. But since our Google uses our Wake County email addresses, I would just use that. I had an Epigenetics account before, so I'm just going to sign in. And actually, I made this video earlier, so I'm going to delete it so I can show you guys what I did again. And once you create your video, once you create your profile, this is your dashboard. I do want to show you a nice feature about PlayPosIt. In your profile, there is a nice little button down here where you can sync your profile with your Google Classroom. Again, something's going on that's funky with their Google features. I have put in a request to their support department for help with this, but once I get some answers, I'll put it in the video description to tell you guys what to do if there's anything that you guys need to do. But you can actually assign your videos to your Google Classrooms for them to watch as homework or just an assignment, you know, whatever you guys want to do with that. So, to create a video, they call them bulbs. You click Design a Video Bulb, and you can paste a video URL here if you know what you want to do. You can also browse the pre-made ones that teachers have made before, or you can search for a video. So since I know which one I want to use, I'm just going to copy and paste into here. And you'll notice that they'll let you use YouTube, Vimeo, TeacherTube, Schmoop, Google Drive, SchoolTube, and others. I'm just going to call this What is Epigenetics? And they do ask you for a lesson objective. Students will be able to articulate the importance of the epigenome to human health. Now this happens to be a 7th grade science topic, so it's not the topic I taught, but epigenetics is such a new and emerging topic in science that this would definitely be an extension or an advanced topic. There are two settings down here. The YouTube firewall bypass is for schools that block YouTube on their school networks. That doesn't apply to us. You can also tell the video to rewind during questions. So I'm also going to tell it to begin building so that we can go to the building dashboard. When you first get to the video, there will be a tutorial here. And this is what your building video looks like. Print worksheet is a premium feature. You can crop your video, you can add a question, and then you can say finish build. And then you can also preview what it will look like. And then there will be some lesson analytics so that you can watch in real time what your students are doing or saying. So before I got to this place, I went ahead and created some questions that I wanted to put in my video. So there are a couple of different ways that you can go about building this. You can watch the video through, or you can drag your slider bar to where you want to go. So that's what I'm going to do. Just for this first one, I'm going to drag it, and then I'm going to start pausing. And then fast forwarding, going in back and forth so that you guys don't have to wait for me to find it. So this is the place where I want my first question to go. Actually, no, this isn't the place I want my first question to go. I want it to go a little bit further back, right here. So when I find the place I want my first question to go, I'm going to click Add Question. You'll notice that there are some dark blue sections and some light blue sections. These dark blue sections are the free ones, and these light blue sections are the premium features. So you have choices of multiple choice, free response, and reflective pause. You also can choose these light blue ones. The premium features are $96 a year if you choose to do that. I'm going to go ahead with free response for this video. Free response, I would probably use this as these would be things that I would have students fill in. If you want to do a discussion question, use reflective pause. So what does nature versus nurture mean? In this instance, of course, you're not necessarily sure whether your 7th grade, your 12-year-old, 13-year-old science students necessarily know what nature versus nurture means. So, of course, it's nice to check. So here's where I'm going to put in my second question. And I've just changed my mind. I was going to put in a free response question. But this time I really want the students to discuss this question. And this is actually a literacy question. What is the meaning of the phrase, what gets cooked when? And heck, why not? Let's just make it EOGE. So the sentence that just happened here said, the epigenome also mediates a lifelong dialogue between the genes and the environment. So I'm going to add another free response question that says, what environmental factors do you think affect, spelling error, the epigenome negatively or positively? Really bad spelling errors. So we're asking them to make a prediction about what they're about to hear. So the last question I'm going to ask students is a bit more of a thinking question. Long before scientists discovered genes, doctors told their patients everything in moderation. Whoa, I guess I'm getting kicked out of eSchools. Okay. How can you connect this to what you now know about epigenetics? So those are my 4 questions. It's a 5-minute video. You don't need a whole lot of questions to determine what students know, what they don't know, whether they understand. In this video, I've got a comprehension question, I have a predictive question, I have a literacy question to see if they understand kind of an idiomatic phrase. It's a little bit of a reading question. So you can ask them multiple choice questions, you can ask them reflective pause questions, you can ask them open response questions. When you're done with the video, you click Finish Build or Save and Continue. They take you to the same place. And you will assign this video to a class. I just created a dummy class called Period 1, so you can click Assign. And you'll choose the due date for that assignment, so I'll say August 8th, which is Monday. And you'll say Save. And then you'll say Manage Bulbs. Now if I wanted to look at this as I was viewing the video, as though I was a student viewing the video, I'd click Preview. And I'm just going to come over here. And it's going to say, what does nature versus nurture? I'm going to say nature means the genes and nurture means how you're raised. And you'll notice students only have so many characters to respond. They'll click Submit. And once they click Continue, they can move on. And then there's their next question. That's how PlayPosIt works. As students continue their assignment, you'll begin to collect data on their assignment. I'll take you back to the dashboard. And as they do their assignment, you'll be able to check their assignment data in this monitoring dashboard. See their answers to questions, whether they got it right, whether they got it wrong. You'll be able to grade them, give them feedback. So it is a pretty neat interface to be able to get some quick formative assessment data, like I said, at the speed of teaching. So I hope you like this tutorial, and we look forward to seeing you on Techie Tuesday. Bye.